Just because I was unwilling to sleep with my mate before he turned 18, he slept with my stepsister and got her pregnant. So, when he announced my stepsister as his maid at his 18th birthday party, in order to save face, I took the initiative to kiss a more handsome man, but I didn't expect him to be the wolf prince. After I marked him, he took the initiative to propose to me. Before kissing, I whispered, "If you don't like it, push me away," before pressing my lips to his. The person beside him coughed, but I ignored it. Wrapping my hand around his neck, I deepened the kiss the moment he parted his lips. He gently pushed me away, but I didn't resist. I noticed many eyes on us, including those of Jalen and Inara. I couldn't see their exact reaction, but it seemed to have worked. "Thank you for your help," I said, trying to mask the burning sensation in my body. Was this how people feel after drinking too much? I tried to leave, but he grabbed my wrist. "You've been drugged," he said, causing me to freeze. "You need to go to the hospital if you don't want to end up in worse shape." How did he know? Just from a kiss? And who would go to these extremes to make me look foolish? The person standing by the bar, my stepmother's rival. That's who. I didn't want to leave the party, though. I was enjoying the attention, even if I wasn't the star of the evening. "Can you help me again?" I asked, desperate. He looked at the man beside him, but before he could respond, I slapped him. "I need you." "Not him." He started coughing again. What was with him? I had never heard of a werewolf coughing. Without waiting for his answer, I grabbed his wrist and pulled him out of the party. The effects of the substance were starting to burn through me, and I wasn't sure how much time I had. "Millicent, my child." My mother's voice made me stop in my tracks. I ignored her, quickening my pace. She was just trying to delay me. "Millicent Cadell, can't you hear me?" My father growled from behind. I turned around to face him. Freya was calling me? I feigned confusion. "Sorry." The music was loud. "What were you saying, Freya?" I glanced at her as she hid her frustration behind a smile. "Yes, you're leaving early? Didn't Dad ask me to leave in front of you?" I shot back. "You didn't defend my place here, so I assumed you wanted me to leave." "No, that's not what I meant." She quickly tried to backtrack, worried about what the guests might think. "Who is this person you're leaving with?" "I've never met him, and I'm concerned about my daughter leaving with a stranger." "He's my date." "Satisfied?" I said sarcastically, trying to suppress the growing irritation. "Is this how you talk to your elders?" Dad sneered. "You should show some respect to your mother." I scoffed. "You want respect? Maybe you should start with showing some yourself." He looked at me with disdain. "You're nothing like Inara. She's mature. Unlike you." That was it. I was done. "Oh, please, don't try to compare me to Inara," I snapped. "At least I'm not pretending to be a saint while behaving like a schemer." Dad slapped me across the face. "Apologize to your sister," he demanded, over my dead body. "Alpha Braylon Cadell." I spat. Using his full title for the first time, he flinched, but I couldn't care less. This was the family he had built, and I was no longer a part of it. "Why do you hate me so much, Millie?" Inara cried, holding on to Dad. I was about to walk away when Dad stopped me again. "I'm not letting you leave until I know who this man is. Tell them who you are," I said to the man, my grip tight on his arm. The effects of the substance were getting worse. "I'm the food taster for the Leakin Prince. I'm here on behalf of the Leakin King," he explained. Food taster? No wonder he knew about the substances. Some people at the party started whispering about him, calling him lowly, but I didn't care. "Can we leave now?" I asked, not waiting for Dad's permission. I dragged him to my car, only to find that the tires were flat. "Great," I muttered. It seemed like everything was falling apart. Even if I made it to the hospital, would anyone be able to help me? I was burning up, sweating, desperate. "Please, help me again." I begged him. He sighed. "The requests are piling up." He effortlessly lifted me in his arms. "I'll repay you. I promise," I said, though I wasn't sure how. As we walked away, I heard someone calling me from behind. It was Jalen, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. "I don't want anyone but you with me," I mumbled, burying my face in his chest. His heartbeat quickened, and I couldn't help but notice the shift. I wasn't sure why, but in this moment, the arms of this stranger were the only place I felt safe. "I'll buy you a new t-shirt," I said, noticing the sweat on his black shirt. "It's fine," he said. "Take responsibility for the damage and wash it." I laughed weakly. "I'll wash it, okay? My first manicure, and I'm messing it all up." Tears started to fall as I thought about everything I had gone through to look perfect today. "I'm not a spoiled brat," I cried, clinging to him. He suddenly drenched me with cold water, shocking me into silence. "Your body temperature needs to stabilize," he explained. I couldn't think straight, but when he moved to kiss me, I didn't resist. It was clumsy, but he kissed me back. "Help me again," I whispered, and this time, he didn't push me away. As he held me, I started to feel the heat return, and I couldn't stop myself. I was losing control, but part of me didn't care. "Put me down," I muttered, desperate to remove my dress. He didn't protest, but his eyes widened when I tore it off instead of gently unzipping it. I stood before him in my undergarments, embarrassed, but something about it felt right. "I can help," I said, starting to unbutton his jeans. But in my haste, the button flew off. I didn't look at him, focusing instead on what I needed to do next. When I touched him, something shifted in the air between us. but then he pulled me against the wall, his eyes filled with something darker. "Don't expect me to be gentle," he warned. I didn't care. He didn't waste time. His intensity, his strength, it was overwhelming, sensation mixed with a strange excitement, and soon, everything else faded away. Afterward, I rested in his arms, exhausted. "Nice scent," I thought to myself as I inhaled his sweaty scent. I touched his shoulder to explore the scent and he shivered slightly. I smiled after finding his sensitive spot. I started kissing that spot, leaving a mark on his shoulder and neck. Before I knew it, my canine started to enlarge, and I wanted to claim this delicious scent as mine. Without warning, I bit him. "You're marking me," he growled angrily. He grabbed my hair and moved me away from him, but by then it was already too late. I saw a pair of glowing red eyes glaring at me. I giggled as my mind began to play tricks on me. "You're mine now," I mumbled before slipping into the darkness.